Uh, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Stay at Home Open Mic. Today is Monday, August 17th, and we're here to rock a show for you. So really quick, the Stay at Home Open Mic is presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic series. We're located in El Paso, Texas, and we've been a stage for this city since 2007. My name is my name my name is my name is Richie Marufo, and I will be your host. And today I'm coming to you from Power at the Pass. It's a really cool art studio located in central El Paso, where we've had art shows, music shows. We have artists here. It's a place of content creation. So I encourage you guys to check them out. They're pretty much one of our sponsors, Power at the Pass. And check it out. There's a book coming out. By the end of the week, it's going to be a book about the man who helped start this, two of the people who started this, and it's going to be really cool. It's about the region and business. I'll tell you guys more about it, but the super cool thing is we teamed up with a local brewery by the name of Old Sheepdog Brewery. You guys haven't had a chance to check them out. They're in central El Paso. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Old Sheepdog Brewery. And we have our own beer. This is cool. I've never been associated with a beer before. So in order to start the show, I'm gonna drink one, but I encourage you guys to go check that out. They do really well working with local businesses. And we got a crazy show today, and I just kind of want to jump right into it. So first of all, if you guys are watching online, I welcome you. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, if we're on there, I think we might get on there. Let's see how it goes today. So if you guys are part of this, or even just watching sometime in the future, well, our future, for you, it's the present, it's the now. So welcome. Drop a comment below. If you're on the live stream, leave a little love. Let us say hi to everyone, because I like to monitor the comments. And that's one of the ways we can kind of fight the fact that we're not doing these in live bars and everything. So I can't be like, all right, everyone, push thumbs up, and you can't really see it or hear it like you would in a live crowd. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to try and do a little invocation for you guys. And of course, I welcome you guys to, as each performer goes up, this is a platform. So people are going to share their stuff, their websites, their social media, just places where you can see their work, see them evolve. And that's what this is all about. All right. So I'm going to start this off. Can you guys hear this is the question. Check. Okay, cool. It's good to be back. I like this. Monday's becoming a routine. And if you guys don't know, there's also an after party. It's super sick. It's nice. Well, it's cool. It's different. It varies, and I kind of like that. It's chaotic. All right, so this is an invocation for you guys. It's called Desert Rituals. Okay. Never mind, that might not work the way I wanted to. Okay, never mind. We'll try that another time. I'll work on that for you guys. I'll work on that for you guys, get better. But you know what? This isn't my show. This is about everyone else who's here today. We got people joining us from different parts of the country. One of the silver linings about doing all this is being able to connect and network with people from all around the place. And that's kind of like beautiful, honestly. Sometimes it's easy to be cynical about technology, but here we are doing it on a Monday night with people from all over. So our first performer is joining us today from Denver, Colorado. He's been here before, but it's always good to have him. Guys, let's go ahead and welcome to the stage Michael Sindler. Cool. Let's see. Michael, let's get you on and get you unmuted. All right. Michael, welcome.
Hey. Yeah. I'm never really sure what exactly to do, but you were saying how you're coming from an art center, and I'm thinking about how, for so much of what we think of as Western art has always been, people coming over from the East Coast and going, hey, look at these Indians, let's paint them. So there's a little thing about that. It's called You Paint My Place. You paint my place, but not my people. Try to pin down the irretrievable. Your paint can't recreate the magic of sacred dances or the tragic cry of the land, a constant sound since you invaded, or a way of life that slowly faded. You think you capture our tragedies and our tradiciones. Consider yourself a sort of court magician. Your canvases reap great riches, yet we see not a penny. You sketch and paint our once sacrosanct landscape with color palette drawn from ground you've raped. With whites, it's never give, it's always take. You can't appropriate what we are inside, can't understand our sorrow, can't feel our pride rooted in the experience of rapture. Your vision is of a hollow shell in which hides that which you'll never see, never touch, and can never capture. You paint my place, but not my people. You make a myth where none is needed. Your false mirror reflects savage stereotypes. We disappear before your eyes. You paint a lie when you paint my place. You paint only yourself. And if I got time, just
Yes.
throw up, actually, let me, another, this is based on a George O'Keeffe. So just keeping with the whole Western painting thing. This is called Another Church, based on a painting of a church he did. Approaching this church of molded, molded clay, mimicking the hills beyond, its sinuous rounded bulges and hollows speak of the feminine, the Madonna's womb, bearing the sun within. Her sun-baked brick, a safe and solid, sacred space, the modest majesty of mud and thatch, patted and compressed by hand, formed into loaf-like blocks with determined devotion, dried by caressing desert heat. Inside the thick clay skin, within the cool, shadowy interior, lit by beam-bound windows, integral in form and function, letting in the sun that is the Father through the body of the mother to illuminate the altar of their Son, which has supplanted and replaced earlier sepulchres and sanctorums, dedicated to the glowing orb of day revolving in the celestial cathedral of the sky. Now, within the subtly serpentine, undulating surface of earth, turned from horizontal into vertical, the two directions converge to form the cross, a simple symbol that speaks of sweat and blood, not the salt and substance of the laborers who built this simple temple, this humble hallowed hall, but instead the last human essence that emanated from the one who hung suspended upon this exposition of latitude and longitude that draws from every point and every angle the fealty and adoration of devotees of and from and to a desert, clay and sand of place and time that differ and yet mingle and appear familiar. From this earth, another church, another mother wrapping what it holds most precious within itself, its child always resting in its beating heart. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Michael. So I appreciate it. I always like the interdisciplinary, like when the arts feed off of each other. What can you tell us about the art behind you? It's always so fascinating.
It's just my stuff. It's just, yeah.
Just your stuff.
Yeah, I don't really paint anymore. I kind of have to focus, so I gave up painting in order to focus on writing. But yeah, just what I used to do.
Awesome. So you're joining us from Denver today. Is there anything you'd like to plug or places where we can follow you or support your work?
I mean, I'm not really doing anything. I did actually had fun. There's a little local theater company that we do plays, and we're doing it on Zoom right now. So it's available. Anybody can actually join in. It's called Ruddy Duck Theater. Theater spelled the European way with the RTRE instead of ER. So it's
Gotcha.
Ruddy Duck Theater, and they did like a little short play of mine this past week. They're on Wednesdays, or Wednesdays at 5 o'clock our time, which is 4 o'clock your time. So yeah, that's kind of one of the fun things I'm doing these days.
Yeah, very cool. Please share the links on the chat, and I'll try and share them on our YouTube live stream as well. But once again, Michael, thanks for kicking off the show for us. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Cool. All right. So moving on, we're gonna do a quick little shuffle. We have Leslie joining us today from Pittsburgh. So I'm trying to get our East Coaster like people on who are it's a little later for them. So Leslie's got some more music she's gonna play. Welcome, Leslie. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I don't know why I yelled into the mic. I got like louder, like, how are you doing today? Oh, you got your guitar.
I got a guitar this time.
Very cool. Very cool. So the stage is yours. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I chose this song because it fits the juxtaposition theme, the lyrics, but also a little note about it. I've loved this song for a very long time. I think I've been covering it for going on 20 years now. But recently I felt the need to censor it, to change the lyrics, for reasons that Michael was just talking about, actually. So that's interesting. So if you know the song, let me know what you think about the change that I made. It's subtle, but you might hear it. This is Baby Blue Sedan by Modest Mouse. Sedan, and I am doing the best that I can. All the youths, they were standing in a row, singing, please start us out just as fast as you possibly can. Sad song, last dance, no one knows who the band was, and Henry, who danced like a wooden top, said this would matter, and I felt it had a spirit, but I shot the story cause I didn't hear it that way. And it's hard to be a human being. It's harder as anything else. And I'm lonesome when you're around, and I'm never lonesome when I'm by myself. And I miss you when you're around. And I miss you when you're around. And I miss you when you're around. And I'm stuck in a white suit and a baby blue sedan, and I am doing the best that I can. All the eunuchs, they were standing in a row, singing, please start us out just as fast as you possibly can. Sad song, last dance, no one knows who the band was, and Henry, you dance like a wooden dollar said. And it's hard to be a human being, and it's harder as anything else. And I'm lonesome when you're around, but I'm never lonesome when I'm by myself. And I miss you when you're around, and I miss you when you're around. I miss you when you're around, and I'm never lonesome when I'm by myself. And I miss you when you're around.
Yeah. Cool, cool. Thank you, Leslie. I don't have that sharp of a year then to hear what was changed on that.
Cool. That's what I was hoping you would say.
I can't say I'm like too intimate. Like I know the tune, but like not that well enough. But maybe if anyone else heard some stuff. Oh, okay. Lee might have some guessing. We'll continue the guessing on the chat, and you can let us know. But
Right.
Leslie, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you busted out the guitar today. As much as I love the cello, right? It's always cool to see people getting down on their multi-instrumentalist selves there. Do you have anything you'd like to? Did you have another one? I meant to
That's
ask.
all I had for today.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks again as always. I appreciate it. I know you've been tuning in before you were even performing, and I want to give a shout out to that, and also again for kind of finding something related to the theme. And if you guys aren't watching, we're doing juxtaposition. If you guys want, any last thing you'd like to promote or share with us today, Leslie?
Just find me on Facebook if you want to be friends with me. That's where I usually post things. I don't have a huge internet presence. Regrettably, I guess I need to adapt and change that. So hopefully more stuff will be coming soon. But
Yes. Hopefully so. You get a whole YouTube channel with all your songs, all your covers and originals. Oh yeah, thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it one more time joining
Thank
us
you.
from Pennsylvania today. All right, so very good to have you guys once again. Let's go ahead and we're gonna keep things going, try and keep things smooth. Once again, this is Barbed Wire Open Mic series. This is specifically the Stay at Home Open Mic, something that we started during this whole pandemic, and it's been really cool. So we're gonna keep going. I'm always happy for his presence. We have a Chicano poet out of Los Angeles, LA. We've got Mr. Tesosomok. How you doing today? Let's get. I meant to ask you if you were ready. Actually, I know you were preparing some stuff here. Let's see. Too many accounts. Okay. It is super quiet. Do you guys? He might be still preparing. Yes, he's not even on the screen. Wait, no, there you are. I'm so confused right now. Mr. T. Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm so sorry. Technology. Let's get you on here. How you doing today? Okay, let's get you unmuted too. Oh, yeah, you're okay. There you are.
So I'm struggling with getting my stuff set up. So can you skip me one more time?
Yeah. We'll do it. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. We'll get you back on in just a moment. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah. I meant to ask in the chat. Oh, okay, I see it. Trying to be quick at all these things. Thank you, Mr. Tissam. So in that case, who do we have? I typed it out. While I look for this, you guys, I encourage you guys to follow us online if you have not already. The Barbed Wire Open Mic series on Facebook and YouTube. I think we're gonna go ahead and get some more music. Jacob's here with us, right? You didn't. Okay, yeah. Let's get Jacob up in here. He has the handpan, the amazing handpan, lovely instrument. Got to have a little chug. Cheers, man. You did that preemptively, but salute. Welcome to the show, Jacob. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. Now that I'm here with you guys and getting to hear what everyone's doing.
So going with your theme, honestly, I didn't plan on it, but once I heard it again, I got a new handpan this week, so I can kind of compare two different ones. So you can just see how they sound differently, I guess, back to back. So it goes with that juxtaposition, I guess. Okay, so now I'll switch it and just see the difference in sound.
Yeah. All right.
So that one's a lot more, it's a deeper sound, kind of bassier. This is. So I don't really want to play that one today. I just wanted to do that for your theme.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. Let's get the new one on.
Yeah, I think it sounds a lot better. So this one came from Siberia, and the other one is made in California. So just different artists with their different techniques to make it sound different. Let me turn it around.
Sweet man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for taking part in the theme and demonstrating those two different hand pans. So again, we technically we kind of have a new audience, man. So do you want to briefly just explain the instrument one more time? I know you did it last week and you've done it before, but at this time you're a pro, right?
Right, sure. So it's called the hand pan. It was invented in around the year 2000. It was invented by a man and a woman in Switzerland. They were steel drum makers, like the Caribbean steel drum, and someone came to them with an idea of something similar to this, so they put it together. So like we said last week, a lot of times you'll hear the word hang drum. So the first people who made it was called a pan art hung, Hang, but in English it sounds like hang, so that's where that term hang drum comes from. But the more generic term is hand pan. So now they have all sorts of ways they'll make it. They have like a water pressure, so it's a flat steel sheet, and they'll use water pressure that will get it out. They'll do the old way where they just hammer it out. They have machines that'll spin it out. So there's all sorts of ways they're trying to do it now. But at the very end, it's handcrafted. They use a hammer, and it's thousands and thousands of strikes to each note. So as you can see, there are different sizes. We have the smaller sizes, which are higher, and then the bigger they are, the lower. That's the center one. So I mean, the way they're made is just, you got to be an artist to do it, handcrafted.
Very cool, man. Thank you for sharing that history and of course the demonstration through playing. I have one last question before we move on, and you mentioned before that you're not playing anything that's written. Obviously, this is all improvised. So, but you play some really cool rhythms, man. What runs through your mind? What inspires the movement of your hands towards those particular beats and rhythms?
I don't know. I like to play in like triplets, like in threes for some reason. I just noticed when, probably for a lot of my life, like, you know, when you're in school and you just kind of hit on your desk and everything, I think I just always had that certain rhythm. Cause I'm a PE teacher, and sometimes when I'm out on the blacktop, I'll go to those poles, the basketball poles, and I kind of just hit on that pole, and it's always just a certain rhythm I play. So just it comes back naturally, I guess. Especially if I'm playing like in front of you guys and I get nervous, I'll just go back to something that's more familiar.
Right on, man. And lastly, where can we follow you?
Um, just you can find my name on Facebook, and from there I have I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on iTunes, everything really. SoundCloud, I already said that. iTunes,
You're on
what else?
SoundCloud twice.
Spotify. Yeah, like the guys who are signing in on here twice, I did the same. Yeah, everything, Tidal, any of the music platforms, I'm on there. I think you have to just put in my last name and minus the E. So if you just do MYRS and then you put in understudies, that's part of this rap group I'm a part of. So, but that's not really my handpan. That's more hip hop beats. But
Right on, man. Cool. As always, man. Glad you can make it. I know it's different. It's not exactly the same as doing it live, but we're still doing our thing. Yo, Jacob, follow that stuff. If you find any links, drop them down in the comments, and we'll follow it. You know.
Okay. Thank you.
Regardless of what it is. Yeah. Thanks, man. Oh God, I love the handpan. I love the way it sounds. We definitely should in the future do a writing workshop where
for sure.
we'll feature
Whatever.
you, and we'll work on that. I got some ideas.
For
We'll
sure.
get you on and get you like doing like a marathon, and we'll just write some stuff, and it'd be cool to feature what writing comes out of that.
Yeah, there's so much great talent here. So whatever you want to use it with, I'm down.
Right on. Cool. Cheers, everyone. Once again, welcome to Stay at Home Open Mic. Stay at Home Open Mic. We're going to go ahead and keep going. Mr. T, are you ready? No? Yeah, okay, cool. Mr. Tesosomok is in the house. He's joining us all the way from New Zealand, I think. I'm trying to look at okay, maybe not from New Zealand, but from LA. And you got some cool maps. All right, I bet you're going to tell us what those are for.
You bet, buddy. You ready? So this is within the realm of contrast. So I'm hoping to shed some light. This piece is titled Social Distancing on the Ontology of South Central Los Angeles. Starts with a quote. When one examines the 1939 Homeowners Loan Corporation map for Los Angeles in conjunction with the findings of its appraisers and housing experts, the stark racism of the project appears undeniable. As Robert K. Nelson succinctly puts it, HLOC maps were explicitly racist. The racism isn't even subtext, it's just text. Robert K. Nelson, 2016. You see, ontology is the metaphysics on the nature of being. We've been social distancing for over 15 generations, for over 500 years, distancing by force and juridical, Aristotelian categorical exclusion. We should not confuse this with physical distancing, a health guidance not semantically loaded with coercive social isolation. We're still the subjects of group-based oppression, the extreme historical trauma, conflict grounded in the concept of difference and otherness, a police and identity logic according to which groups' natures are defined as essential and or substantial, stereotypes where one group makes use of these essential or substantive differences to subjugate the other group. Whatever group dominates has the most privilege and power. We will represent themselves as active human subjects and everyone else as other, until and unless they conform to the definition established by the dominant group. Colonialism and racism attested this disparity and conformism. The other have been colonized or enslaved, have found themselves judged lacking. Those in power define their positive worth by negatively devaluing us, projecting essence and nature attributed with evil, filth, social pollution, bodily matter, demonizing us. We become sweat labor, domestic essential workers, homosacers that can't be killed but can be sacrificed, servants, while they reserve for themselves leisure, refined surroundings, and high culture that marks civilization. We find ourselves straddled from the king down to the meanest peasant exercising dominion over us. As such, we're left with the structure of dominium and imperium, no longer the original Roman sense of total dominion before its 11th century redefinition, perhaps a concession between the status and the church. In today's rendition, we find dominion expresses economic domination and imperium as domination through territorial evacuation, exclusion, deeded out, bust out, and ultimately exterminated. The historical repetitions have continued. Neocons as imperium, empty the occupying countries, neoliberals as dominion, economic embargoes on non-compliant actors. You see, I grew up in South Central LA and I carried the plunder wounds, the redlining scabs on my back, the coded geographies branded and flashed across my chest, signifiers of exclusion, meta keys of permeability. While a map may not be racist or an official ethic, it certainly reinforces the social pragmatics and covert imperium of purging otherness. The enabler institutions who use public health, school administration to define social distance between white Angelenos and the other. If you were Russian, Jews, and Italians, you risk the categorization of low-class whites should they not demonstrate social distance from the others. Southern and Eastern Europeans and Mexicans with the right social class, occupation, and skin color could climb the hierarchy of whiteness, membership through dominion. Iconic LA communities like Boyle Heights tagged melting pot area, literally honeycomb with diverse and subversive elements, Watts, an ethnic and racial stew of Germans, Scots, Greeks, Italians, Blacks, and Japanese earned a low red grade due to its heterogeneity. Underwriting manuals were widely publicized and distributed, incorporated neighborhood risk. If a neighborhood is to retain stability, the manual noted it is necessary that properties shall continue to be occupied by the same social and racial classes, and change in social and racial occupancy contributed to the instability and the decline in property values. These institutions, FHA and HLOC, established caste systems of race and ethnicity, racial hierarchies. The cadastral ratings developed in 1935 via the City Survey Program, and the HLOC evaluated 239, compiled a rating system ranging from A to D. Communities with the A rating represented the best investment for homeowners and banks alike. B neighborhoods that were still desirable, and C those in decline, and D areas considered hazardous. Those in red usually contain minorities, African Americans, Mexican Americans, Asian Americans, and newly arrived immigrants like Slavs, Jews, and Italians. The Jim Crow objective criteria in place by HLOC and FHA valued homogeneity over heterogeneity, particularly in regard to ethnicity and race. Cartography can embed power and sometimes inequality, but for sure it generates casualties and historical trauma. So we should be suspicious on the guidance that social distance will prevent coronavirus contagion. The last 500 years of community, imperium, and dominion have not eradicated the social virus we know as racism.
Damn, speaks a lot, speaks a lot. Love it, love it.
Yeah, sure does, man. You know, really letting us know how much like maps really how political they are and stuff too. People don't get that. That was really, you just got so much across there.
Well, I hope you guys. It was it was a lot longer. I've been cutting on it, and it still needs some more pruning. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it whittled down. There's so much in there, but it is a contrasting poem, contrasting two ideas.
Well, I'm glad to be a test audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Same. I sorry, I accidentally had myself muted right now. I was saying all these things. I'm like, oh man, I was muted the whole time. But thank you for sharing that piece. I think I saw part of that at the Neo Rican Cafe the other day when you read it, and I love the maps. So it fit with the theme, juxtaposition. Yeah.
Thank you, and I'll keep working on it. But I think this is it was an interesting challenge to try to I think one of I was having a discussion with some folks about the danger of negative frames, like negatively framing social distancing instead of saying we need physical distance, but strong, reinforced, resilient social engagement so that we don't fall apart and totally break apart. And I think I need to figure out how to inject that part of that in there, that we need to know those resilient social networks like we're practicing right now are super important because it's what's going to get us to the other side. While we maintain healthy social physical distance, we can still be socially heavily engaged with each other to help us remain resilient and healthy and get us across that finish line. And I think I'm still, I'm gonna see what you guys thought about this and then maybe work some of that in there and try to figure out how to make that contrast more interesting.
For sure. Yeah, thank you. I think your video froze too. I was like,
yeah, I've been struggling with my internet, and it's just no way around it. I mean, it'll be what it will be, but as long as I think the audio is not cracking up like Dan today, so I'm good about that.
Yeah. No, it was great today. I can't wait to go back and listen to that because, and yeah, Kit mentioned it here in the chat as well on Zoom. But bringing up redlining, that's just kind of something that a lot of people don't think too much about or even understand. But it is really important understanding how a lot of voting goes down. Just systemically, like.
Well, yeah,
inequality happens.
The whole concept of removing deed restrictions based on race didn't go away till the 80s in LA. There were still some properties that had redlining based on race and whether you were mixed, and so people was like, oh, why is South Central so shitty? Well, you created a shitty neighborhood. What do you expect? People couldn't move out because there were all of these social distancing limitations being put on people. You could not mix.
Yeah, and there's still gerrymandering districts based on all that too, man, in order to make sure that people of color don't get proper representation.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on right now, and well, that's a whole can of worms. And you know what? We could even save that for the after show, just because I know there's more people waiting. But definitely things worth talking about, necessary to talk about. But thank you once again, Mr. Tesosomok. Tell us, I know we know, but for people watching who maybe haven't heard you before, how can we find your work online and support you? Or did you freeze completely? Okay, well, he is Gashes. If you go on social media, you can just look up on Instagram Gashes 2019. There you go. Awesome. There's the chat in the chat. Yes, thank you as always. We're gonna keep going. Got a good list. We did have some people tap out today for whatever reasons. Things happen, that's life. That's cool. This isn't like a mandatory thing. This is for fun. Just us kicking back and listening to other people's work and getting to talk and chat. It should be fun. So if you guys are watching on YouTube Live, you guys are always welcome to join us during the show, the actual live stream, or for the after party. But right now, we have Mr. Brian Franco in the house, joining us from Brunswick, Maine. Generalissimo Franco, let's get you on. Where are you? There you are.
That's an old name, but yeah. So This piece I wrote this afternoon, actually. So this shit is so new it smells like my breakfast. But I think I had a sesame bagel with cream cheese and rose petals, so it must smell pretty good. So bear with me. I gotta find the poem for you. It is called Because Dervishes Still Whirl on Hotter Than July Nights. I am standing still, stagnating, while the world around me is swirling and twirling. My existence is being dizzied by whirling dervishes that may only exist in my imagination by virtue of anxiety or doctor-prescribed medication. I feel I've fallen into an eddy, drowning, trying to climb out, fingers haplessly gripping water droplets to no avail. But I am not in any body of water except maybe a sweaty pillow on an extremely hot, humid, unair-conditioned July night. I stand by my assessment that Stevie Wonder's Hotter Than July is undisputedly one of the top 5 soul music albums of all time. I am no longer 54, but 14, obsessed with Stevie's music. Having tried tequila for the first time, having had 1 or 2 shots too many, my brother Paul awkwardly walks me up 2 flights of stairs to my bedroom, pushes his drunken brother onto my bed, and walks away cackling like a Shakespearean witch. I am on my back horizontally on a vertical bed. My brain tries to instruct me how to reorient my head to my pillow. The ceiling starts spinning relentlessly like a possessed Wheel of Fortune minus a smiling Vanna White. It decides to mess with my mind and changes directions. But this is just a memory of a middle-aged man living in a self-imposed isolation in a pandemic who feels like little tornadoes follow him around, selectively sucking any common sense or creativity left in his being out from his brain through his ear sockets without lifting his substandard mass into the airborne eddies. Maybe I should follow the advice of the mystic poets who advise to celebrate life by dancing instead of watching others dance. Become a whirling dervish in my own right, because the dervishes teach us if we teach ourselves to whirl and twirl, we are not culturally appropriating, but we have learned by watching them how to not let life make us feel falsely dizzy. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome, man. Like the whirling dervishes reference. Got to catch them live a couple times. Do you have any other pieces for us today?
No, I think I'm just gonna run with that one. Thank you.
Cool. Do you have any social media or anything you'd like to promote? Any where we can support
I'm
your work?
I'm just in on Facebook, but I don't even post poems on Facebook, but I plan to start doing it soon. I'm just kind of, not doing it. But anyways, that's it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm glad you were able to join us today. I know you've been at some of the other open mics near weekend, the Broken Mic, and so it's cool you can be part of this little network we've got going on. And yeah, we'd love to see you post your content.
It's a new poetry world we have with this crazy pandemic. Yes.
Yes, right. It's super interesting. And really quick, I have to know. I don't know. Everyone was probably thinking too. What's with the background? Is that plate there that you have?
That is a new vegetable. Well, I think it's been around a few years, but a farmer at my farmer's market just got it. They're called cucamelons, and they're teeny tiny cucumbers. They taste kind of lemony. They're about the size of the tip of your index finger, and they're shaped like little watermelons.
I love it already.
Yeah, I'm really into the really weird vegetables at the farmer's market. I mean, I'm from Alabama, but the different types of produce we have up here in Maine is so much better than Alabama ever had. I hate to say it.
I'll have to
what you'd expect from the South, much better in Yankeeville. I hate to say it.
Pretty cool, man. We're gonna have to travel and find those things out for ourselves. But always thank you for joining us, Brian. Hope to see you in the future. Yeah, come share your work, and know you have a little bit more time. So in the future, you are always welcome here. Appreciate it. Love your energy. Cool. All right, guys. Feeling good right now. Hopefully, you guys are feeling good. We have one of our favorite singers, instrumentalists up here. And I think she got something with the theme of juxtaposition. We have Christine Ponce Diaz in the house. Christine, welcome.
Hi, Richie. How are you guys?
Excellent.
I'm trying out some new equipment, so let me know if at any point you can't hear me or something's weird. Just let me know. It's super experimental today. But yeah, thank you for having me here and for this chance to practice some repertoire that I have for a senior recital that I'm going to be doing hopefully this semester in partial fulfillment of my bachelor's in music education. So we do our recitals, and this will be one song that I can explain it after because I'd rather let you all hear it first and kind of decide for yourselves, and then I can explain it later. But it's gonna be in German, so I'll have to translate it too. So it's called Gretchen am Spinnrade, and it's Margaret at the spinning wheel. So I will start. Meine Ruhe ist hin, mein Herz ist schwer. Ich finde sie nimmer und nimmer mehr. Wo ich ihn nicht hab, ist mir das Grab. Die ganze Welt ist mir vergällt. Mein armer Kopf ist mir verrückt. Mein armer Sinn ist mir zerstückt. Meine Ruhe ist hin, mein Herz ist schwer. Ich finde sie nimmer und nimmer mehr. Nach ihm geh ich aus dem Haus, nach ihm geh ich aus dem Haus. Sein hoher Gang, sein niedere Gestalt, seines Mundes Lächeln, seine Augen Gewalt und seine Rede Zauberfluss, sein Händedruck und auch sein Kuss.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Damn. Wow.
Thank you guys.
Speechless.
So I was very, very nervous about this.
That's so dope. You just busted out like so. I'm amazed by the power in your voice, and always by opera singers. You know, if I were your neighbor, I'd love to hear you practice all the time. You know.
I worry about that. I feel so bad. Like, yeah, because I have to practice at home, and it has to be loud, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like,
Nah, you're good. You gotta do you. In fact, I'll give you like a pass, like the barbed wire. Like she can practice pass. You know, just like no, it's cool. It's cool. It's approved. Check it out. But all right, so like that piece is intense because you know I love Goethe's Faust, and that has so much meaning behind it. Do you want to talk about why you chose that piece today? I mean, I know you're singing it for your recital, and you got to tell us about that too, so your online open mic family can go support online.
oh, thank you so much. That would be wonderful. Yes. I Okay, so I picked this song because I think there's an unspoken juxtaposition here. It's written from the perspective of the woman or the young girl actually, who fell in love with Faust, and so I think there's a whole other, as many other stories, there's a whole other side to it that isn't represented, and it could be completely different. And so from her perspective, she's caught in between this, never having experienced such intense emotion and love and passion for someone, and kind of still loving some parts of him, but also feeling bitter and feeling like she's gonna die literally because she cannot be with him, and she is separated from him at this snapshot in the song, and she's looking out for him in the window, and she's just in despair. She's just in despair that she can't really be with this person that she knows. So it's a double-edged sword of finding that intensity of love, and then it's not possible, and so she's just at war basically with her own heart in this whole song. But I think from Faust's perspective, it's got to be completely different. I feel like I'm missing that part, and so I feel like that's where the juxtaposition could come in. Is we don't know what he's thinking. What if he has a completely opposite viewpoint of hers, and he's just, I don't know, we just, maybe he's just content, and maybe he's just happy that they were able to he was able to fall in love with her. But I don't know. I don't know what Faust's perspective would be in this, and then I feel like that's where the unspoken juxtaposition would come in from. But I want to do I have a few minutes to kind of read the translation for you?
You should definitely. Yeah,
Yeah?
go for it.
Okay. So, meine Ruhe ist hin, my peace is gone. Mein Herz ist schwer, my heart is heavy. Ich finde sie nimmer, I will find it never. I will never find my peace. Und nimmermehr, nevermore. Wo ich ihn nicht hab, where I do not have him, ist mir das Grab, that is the grave to me. Die ganze Welt ist mir vergällt, the whole world has for me turned bitter. So, mein armer Kopf, my poor head, ist mir verrückt, has to me gone mad. Mein armer Sinn ist mir zerstückt. My poor mind is to me torn apart. Nach ihm nur schau ich zum Fenster hinaus. For him only, I look only for him out of the window. Nach ihm nur gehe ich aus dem Haus. Only for him do I go out of the house. Sein hoher Gang, sein edle Gestalt, his superior way of walking, his noble figure, seines Mundes Lächeln, seine Augen Gewalt, his mouth's smile, his eyes power, und seine Rede Zauberfluss, and his speech magic flow. Sein Handdruck und ach, sein Kuss, his hand clasp, and ah, his kiss. Mein Busen drängt sich nach ihm hin. My bosom urges itself toward him. Ach, dürfte fassen und halten ihn, ah, might I grasp and hold him, und küssen ihn so wie ich wollt, and kiss him as much as I want. An seinen Küssen vergehen sollt. From his kisses I should pass away. O könnte ich ihn küssen. I could kiss him, so wie ich wollt, as much as I want. An seinen Küssen vergehen sollt. From his kisses I will pass away. So
Damn, that says it all right there. That's a feeling. That's a mood, right? Hashtag mood.
yeah. And so the music, like, so Schubert and Goethe were like really good, really great friends. And Schubert had, I don't know how to explain it. He did a lot of text painting. So he would paint whatever the poet was describing in his music. So the that's the spinning wheel moving. And that's also a metaphor for her mind that is just so loud, and she's just going crazy with all these thoughts and her heart's racing. It's a metaphor for that, but it's also literally at the spinning wheel. And there's a part where the spinning wheel stops and it kind of like stumbles a little bit, and then she picks it up again, but that's all just a reflection of the text and a reflection of there's certain things in the music, like the scales tend to go up in pitch on certain parts, and they even accelerate, and that's describing the feeling of, gosh, what would I do if he was here and I could kiss him, and like all of those rushing emotions, and it's being depicted in the music. So I think Schubert and Goethe were like an amazing combination. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you just came through and proved it too in your own performance. And yeah, what can I say? We appreciate you so much. You've come through and played guitar and piano, and you just busted out some opera. I'm expecting like next week you're gonna bust out a vuvuzela and somehow make that sound dope, you know? Like beatbox vuvuzela with Mongolian throat singing, something like that.
Yeah.
So we're
Challenge accepted.
the Leslie on cello and Christina on vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Mr. Sosomo, get turned into a mountain on there.
Oh, solid as a mountain.
There you go. Cool. So really quick, you mentioned the recital. Can you tell us like a little bit? I mean, I don't know if it's private, that's cool. Or how can we support that in the future?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. As it gets closer, I'm I guess because of all of the restrictions currently in place for everyone right now at the university, the location is now pending. So so I'm actually looking for places to host my recital, and and so I'm trying to get all of that settled, and as soon as I have the date, I'm really looking for a date of sometime September, October. And if I can settle that, square that away, then I can have a date for you all, and I'd love to. It's going to be live streamed for sure, and I can share all that information. I'd love that support. It means a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love it. In fact, let's talk. I might have a space. You know, I'm talking about how I'm coming from an art studio right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Oh man, we can live stream Leslie into. No, I know you already have your recital stuff set, but that can happen too in the future. All right, thank you, Christine. Everyone, go and clap one more time. Love it, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very cool. Oh, cool. Man, that was so cool. Like you guys come at content that is so like informational. Like I'm learning. Shout out to all the people who started school, by the way, today, in whatever capacity that was. You know, I know that's like a whole thing. So shout out to the teachers, to the students, the parents. Yeah. But we're here. Stay at home open mic Monday, August 17th. If you guys are watching live, I commend you. I thank you. Don't forget to say hi in the chat. Drop a comment below on YouTube if you guys are watching. But we do have more people, some of my favorite people still. Like all you guys are my favorites. Like we've been turning into this cool community, like close knit. And I always look forward to what people have to say. Like I was just saying right now, there's so much like educational content. Like, oh, I did not know that. That was interesting, and it's fascinating. So it's like feeding the soul. At least it's feeding my soul, and I'm feeling well fed right now. So let's go ahead and continue. We have Lee MS in the house. Lee, like as I mentioned before, one of my favorites. Where are you? Here you are. Welcome.
Hi. So I know the theme was juxtaposition, so I wrote something today. So if it seems choppy, it is because it is from today, actually. So let's see how this goes. So this is called Paso del Norte. Has dejado ya de llamarme como antes lo hacías. El estridente zumbido de tu inquietud ya no resuena en mi pecho, ni las ansias por verte aceleran mi cuerpo. Tus calles están solas. Solía llamarte casa, ignorando lo dilapidado de tus calles, de tu gente, yo incluido. Las luces apagadas, cortinas cerradas, en cuclillas esperando que pasara la noche. El clamor de tus noches me han dado suficiente insomnio para durarme toda una vida. Tu fulgor ahora es el camino hacia los dientes de un leviatán abisal. De lejos, cautivante, de cerca, letales. Llegaron a rozar tus dientes las aceras de mi infancia, pero somos resistentes gracias a la cercanía de transtenues, personas siguiendo en conjunto las luces de tus calles. Después del siniestro, las luces una vez más bailando sobre tus ventanas y la música ahogando el llanto. Puerta hacia el sur, te has convertido en refugio, cerca y lejos a la vez de las luces de mi hogar. Distancia suficiente para lograr ver atisbos de su vida, de cómo todo sigue para el resto de sus hijos y me deja atrás, resguardada tras tus paredes. Tardé años en establecer cimientos sobre ti, angustiado por la boca de lobo de tus calles y perplejo por el silencio detrás de tus muros. Casi me matas de hambre, famélico, hambriento por contacto, por saber el nombre de los rostros adyacentes tan siquiera. Y ahora la calma. Me he alejado lo suficiente para no encontrar alivio en su memoria, pero lo suficiente cerca para añorar lo que dejé atrás. And then the English version. Your voice has stopped calling for me. The jarring buzzing of your unquietness no longer beats against my chest, and I can no longer feel that anxiousness that used to shake me to the core when I thought of you. You are nothing but empty streets. I used to call you home, ignoring you, your dilapidated streets, your people, me included. Lights off, curtains shut closed, kneeling as we waited for the night to end. The opera of your nights have given me enough insomnia to last me a lifetime. Your brightness is now the road leading the way to the sharp teeth of a giant anglerfish, captivating from afar, lethal up close. Your teeth manage to graze the pavements of my shellhood, but we are resilient when in masses, travelers following in unison that same captivating light. After the chaos, we celebrate again with lights, illuminating the windows of your houses and the music drowning out the outcry of the city. Door to the south, you have turned into a refuge, as far away as you are close of my home, sufficient distance to catch glimpses of its life, of how everything continues as usual for my siblings, and it all leaves me behind, safeguarded by your walls. It took years to settle down on you, always nervous of the coyotes' snarls rounding up on your streets, and perplexed by the silence behind your fences. You made me touch start, almost famished for connection, content even with simply knowing the name of the neighboring stranger. And now it is calm. I have put enough distance from my city to feel no relief in its proximity, but close enough to miss what I had left behind.
Yeah.
And following Kit's cover poem. So I do have a cover poem today, the original in English, in Spanish, sorry, and the original translation in English by me. This one is from Elena Garro, and pretty much following the education spree that we're going on today. Elena Garro was the wife of Octavio Paz. Octavio Paz, as you all know, he won a lot of novel prizes based on his writing. Octavio Paz actually refused to allow his wife to continue writing because he thought she was far better than him. And she would write in theater, she would write about poetry, she would write in prose, novels, etc. So afterwards, once Octavio Paz was dead, her and her daughter started talking about pretty much what she missed on writing. And this is one of my absolute favorites that she wrote. And this is called Me Acusó. So, and here it goes. Me acusó de ahogarme en el mar rojo, mar de cólera, mar de homicida, mar de sangre. Me acusó de ver rojo y de estrellar el espejo de la fiesta, astillas cintilantes, puñales imprevistos. Me acusó también de la rabia amarilla, de perseguir al enemigo, de levantar el puente que permite su huida. Me acusó de darme demasiada importancia y de amarme sobre todas las cosas. And the translation, he accused me. He accused me of drowning in the Red Sea, sea of anger, murderous sea, sea of blood. He accused me of seeing red and smashing the party mirror, scintillating splinters, unforeseen daggers. He accused me as well of a yellow rage, of chasing the enemy, of racing the bridge that allows their escape. He accused me of giving myself too much importance and to love me above all things.
Yeah. Lee. Dig it. So, as always, love your presence, love that you're here. Can you tell us really quickly, first of all, where are your dogs? We miss them. I miss their presence.
They are with my husband right now just because they continue fighting on my feet when I'm reading. And they start biting me too, so.
Pay attention to me. Pretty much, right? So, yeah. And also, like, where can we follow you? If people who are listening right now have never seen you before, like, where can they follow and support your work?
You can follow me on Instagram, and it's cadáveres-literarios. And it's pretty much where I post most of my little sneak peeks of poetry that I'm writing, or sometimes even put like little information on whenever I have a sale for the book that I have on Amazon.
And how can we find that?
The book is called Para los Locos, and you can search it either Para los Locos or through my name, which is Lee M.S.
Dig it. Yes. Love it. Appreciate you, Lee. Thanks for joining us as always. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, during this pandemic, I look forward to seeing you guys on Mondays, like I'm sad when someone can't make it, and it's okay. I'm not trying to guilt trip any of you if you have to like not make it in the future, but as long as we can do it, let's keep doing this, so thank you, Lee. And yeah, support the work always. If you guys are watching, listening, follow everyone's social media that they promote their work. So speaking, this is our like 100% attendance right now. Every time he has originated the sensation sweeping the nation of the cover poem. I'm always looking forward to what he has to bring to the table. Guys, let's make some noise and welcome Kit Ran to the stage.
Yeah, me. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everyone who came before. Thank you, everyone watching. Thank you, everyone that's latched onto this as like a way of conducting business, because that's wild to me that we've all found an artistic way to adapt. Wouldn't have predicted that beforehand, but now it's here and it's kind of cool. Let's see. Do I have any? This is new to y'all. I haven't read this since we went digital, so. In fact, I wrote this in January, performed it exactly once, and there are elements of it that might as well be sci-fi by now because it happens in a barbershop. So we're leading off with the new shit. I consider silence part of the bargain of the haircut. I am here to follow instruction, not to hold court. The woman with the white bob obviously disagrees. It is not clear whether there is any tenet of life we agree on, as I overhear her prevail upon her stylist to mutter assent. It's us against the drug-addicted baby killers, she says. And since she isn't looking closely, she must assume that I am in the same us. I owe silence to the woman cutting my hair. I live by a simple code. Never start a fight in a room where everyone else has razors. I look down at my book and mutter as many different acrostics for the obscenity swelling in me that is coursing underneath neural traps. The woman with the white bob has left. She has left, but she has left a flyer on the cashier booth, an exhortation warning of human traffickers. to be aware of victims. There is no clear methodology for spotting victims besides a black and white picture of Isabella Moner's character in Sicario, with text blocks in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese, presumably for the benefit of the restaurant next door. I am struggling in my head to diagram the mechanisms by which a parasitic hate convinces its host that it is actually benevolence. How someone can print a poor Google translation and leave it at the supercuts, certain that they have fired a salvo in the war. If she saw me at all, she saw a fellow soldier, someone who shared her universal panic, a sufferant and possible victim of the border emergency that is insisted upon like an urban legend. I owed the hair salon silence, but she benefited from my silence in invisible ways, as so often happens to her thin-skinned brood. Suppose I had no debts, public or private, and could stamp her forehead with her true name, tattooed with the blinding force of Adam, the 4 letters that succinctly sum up her whole deal. Would I feel better? Yes, I would. Absolutely. But this has to be about something other than my feelings. It's a war, an emergency. There are livers on the black market. There's a bird lady on YouTube telling kids to eat lye, and someone has to do something. So I did. While I paid the salon what I owed, I allowed the button of my cardigan to pick at the tape, and the homemade flyer fell to the floor noiselessly because I owed the hair salon silence. And frankly, so do you. Shut the fuck up. Let the nice people cut your hair. Play soldier into culture war on your own time on social media, like everybody else. Yeah, that's about me not being as brave as I pretend I am. And this is a short one. I guess this kind of fits juxtaposition because this is sort of between the two competing types of masculinity out there. I want all the trans men growing their first wispy, irregular beards to know that I'm proud of them. You had a very specific dream and fought against all the social currents to both be and become yourself. Soon, all of this will just be another thing to keep clean. A ruler-ready measure of sloth. But in the same way that unathletic eye can tell what a coach said wrong by the way his sophomore safety backpedals, I suspect that you know more than I do about this masculinity racket. Okay, and this is the last one of mine. The cover poem is still to come, but this is sort of this is a really old one, old shit, about the way I thought it was and the way it was. St. Lucy helped Dante pass the lion, leopard, and wolf over a 3-day weekend in 1300. It took him about 20 years to come to terms with what he saw, but that's on him. That's not on St. Lucy. A little before Thanksgiving in 2008, St. Lucy sent me a roadside flare and a 10-line love poem given to me in which 3 lines started with "I hate you." I was puzzled by this betrayal. It was nothing less than a betrayal, but I focused all my energy on not saying awful, because the thought "this is awful" registered well before the thought "this is about me." It took me 5 years to come to terms with my revelation. But I want to stress that is not the fault of St. Lucy. She had done everything she could. Some other, more subtle, more by the book saint might even say she did too much, that she exceeded her mandate. I thank her regardless. I thank St. Lucy every day. St. Lucy helps the blind, and she also helps poets. They share a common ancestor in Homer. And the wonderful thing about poetry is that the truth is always present, even in the bad ones. Unwilling, unhelpful, underdressed for the occasion, sullen, resentful, and embarrassed like a teenager at a cousin's wedding, but always present. Because every poem in the world is true, even the bad ones. And thank y'all. I'm gonna close as I do, as I become synonymous with the cover poem. This is called The Hymn to Edmund Albius by Timothy Donnelly. It's kind of about the juxtaposition between what we find comfort in and where it came from. Too busy peddling my fire and trying to keep the mouths fed and packing up belongings of the recent dead right now to access your luxurious philosophy, though one looks forward to a time when the universe permits, I said to my electric correspondent, who came at me puffed pink in thoughtfulness, when what I needed then, as now, was a quiet high enough to envision a half-gallon brick of all natural vanilla ice cream softening on the hot hood of an idling cop car. The earliest rivulets, a slow loss of strict rectangularity, then the wild gliding around on the beautiful blink enamel paint job as its sweet fragrance fills the air like a gift from Madagascar. I can breathe. Rat Cortez transported cuttings of vanilla across the Atlantic during this plunder of the Aztecs. The Aztecs themselves fell captive to its magic after vanquishing its first cultivators, the Totonacs, who paid their conquerors tributes of baskets stacked to heaven with cured vanilla pods like long sentences of salutiferous essence. This is one of those instances history likes to push your face into, to try to stir your appetite for cruelty a little, or at least make you covet the perks of it. I too want vanilla in quantity. I want it all around me like a fortress of mellow dangles. It will move with me as I move, and it will ward hateful people off. For centuries, Europeans tried to cultivate it outside its native Mexico and failed. They could get the vine to flower, but in the absence of ancestral pollinators, specifically hummingbirds and a stingless bee, the flowers dropped off podless. Meanwhile, Edmund Albius, born into slavery, on an island east of Madagascar known then as Bourbon, lush French colony and home to roses, one active volcano, one dormant, and one arena-like caldera that holds the record for most rainfall shed in one location by a single tropical cyclone ever, namely Hyacinth, knew enough from orchids at age 12 and 18 and 41 to think to lift with a bamboo split, the flap of the rostellum dividing the pollen-heavy male anther from the female stigma in order to rub the pollen on the stigma's eager wand. Within weeks, the pods had begun to form and lengthen into joyous bean-like squiggles laden with tiny seeds like secrets of the universe as Albius at the shore and under bright southern stars breathed out, I hope, in a kind of enlargement akin to liberty from time, so that on that occasion he might feel briefly as if his own, even as his method of vanilla pollination belonged first to his master, then Madagascar, and then the world, with nearly all vanilla produced today, as Albius taught us, including the kind in briars since 1866, 14 years before Albius died unrecognized, in poverty, in misery to be exact, while everyone white around him grew rich with vanilla, adding it to candy, Coca-Cola, Chanel No. 5, and even an effigy to the air fresher dangling down in my Uber, its waves whispering, Albius, Albius, but inaudibly.
Yeah, Kit. Love it, man. I'm drinking some Miller Lite today in your honor because it's the official beer of the Cowboys.
Now, I've forsaken the Cowboys for enlightened neutrality now. I want every team to do their best. That's what I do now.
Okay. Love it, man. Cool. As always, man. Love having you on. And I've mentioned it before, but If you go to our YouTube videos, by the way, if you haven't already, Barbed Wire Open Mic on YouTube, just look it up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I know we've reached over 100 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty quick, I think. Well, it's not like superstar level, but it's cool to get over 100 subscribers, I think. And you know, we have people listening in every week, so I think that's really cool. But I want to give a shout out as always to Kit, you know, for putting in the timestamps. I know you mentioned that you started off for yourself, but that's fine because it's transformed into something that I think will help everyone. So really quick, any kind of words and like always, you know, I hope for anything, everything. But so for everyone who is listening or watching, how can people follow, support your work? You know, whatever you want to say. This is your platform right here.
All right. See, some folks at home can sing along with me here. Instagram at Kit Renaway. Say it out loud, you'll get it. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. There's not, well, basketball's playoffs started, so that's fun. That's interesting. So I might have some more relevant content there soon instead of just dicking off all the time. Ko-fi.com/KitRen. It's a cool website that basically just lets you, that's ko-fi.com/KitRen. I have a lot of essays about old football games, what I did last season, and what I plan to do this season, if there is a season, is I took the Monday night matchup and I found a corresponding matchup of the same teams in the past and wrote about that. And that's what I hope to do this fall, if there is a fall, if there is a season, if there is a world. And Facebook.com. I'm the first Kit Ren you'll see. There's another guy in LA. I don't know him. Fuck him. I'm the only one.
Oh man, we got to do a battle between you and that Kit Ren, I guess.
Oh, that won't end well for him. Okay, thank you so much, Richie. I'm really eager to see everyone perform now, so I'm just gonna mute because otherwise I'll just.
It's easy, I think, and like I said, this is more of a hybrid show. It's gonna be a little bit more laid back, you know. We'll talk a little bit. That's fine. So cheers, everyone. I do want to, yeah, we do have more people. In fact, we have, let's see, coming up next. Oh, okay. So check it out. For the first time here, he kind of checked in a little bit last week for, you know, he's new and he's going to be new in El Paso. So it's kind of cool. You know, obviously we don't have any venues open just yet, but he does comedy. He also plays music. So I think he's going to play some music today. We have Nate in the house. Nate, are you still with us? Let's see. Where are you?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Hey, there you are. Welcome, man. So you made it.
How y'all? It's good seeing everybody.
Boom.
To all the performers before, man. Y'all did an excellent job. Excellent job. And one time for the host over there too, man. Goddamn Rich. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Rich one time. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. So we just tell my own play and tell the story at the same time. So my name is Nate. I've been in the military for 18 years, going on 20. Served in the United States Army, serving my country and stuff. I can relate to a lot of with some of the stuff y'all saying and stuff. That's why I do stand-up comedy and we won't get to the blues part, but man, I being in the military is crazy with everything that's going on around us in the world and the country I fight for. I can't articulate myself how I really want to. So I took the pain to the blues. The thing is a good quote that goes on out there, says the blues ain't nothing but a good man going through bad things. I've been deployed 4 times and it's been rough, but just to go fight, just to come back and see the hatred that we're in. Because when we out there, we all brothers and sisters out there, you know. Anyway, so I was recruited in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? One time, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. One time for the Atlanta Falcons. I heard y'all talking about the Cowboys. Come on, man. I ain't been shit since Troy Aikman left y'all ass now. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so my dad, I was an Army recruiter in New Orleans, and I always been doing stand-up comedy. I was talking about my pain, but when my dad died, it was hard to talk about. So it was old head, New Orleans out there, old head out there. He said, man, you should, when you do your comedy, you sound soulful. You should play the blues. And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I ain't never listen, it's an epiphany, man. I have always been on the trap music, the hip hop and stuff like that. When my dad died, I was hurt. And that could fulfill that pain, could be in the military to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And but I took everything to the bottle and everything. You know how we do this, man. I took it to the bottle, went down Bourbon Street, and I heard B.W. King, you know, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. Listen, it hit me in the face it was like I heard the blues before, but it just captured my soul and shit, right? So anyway, he gave me this mark. He said, man, you play this mark, put your soul, you know, you play whatever. So, you know, I didn't know how to play. You know, you first start off you know what I'm saying? Could y'all hear that? Sound check? Cool.
Yeah, man. Really quick, are you recording off of a phone or a laptop or?
I'm on the phone. Is it bad?
A phone? No, it's fine. Is there an option? Really quick, I just have to ask because we didn't get to talk about this. Is there an option for you to like on your sound settings to enable original sound? Because Zoom has some noise suppressors. If you go really quick to your menu.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can make the sound as best as possible with what we got.
Okay, my bad. I'm over here yapping and talking. My bad. I ain't mean to bore y'all and stuff.
No, it's cool, man. This is like a lesson. This is a tutorial for people who don't know.
Yeah, I ain't never did where the thing. How y'all hear me now? It's okay.
So see if you can go to your options really quick.
Right,
Are there options there on your Zoom menu?
Nah, I don't see no options. I just see mode. Oh, and meet settings. Okay.
Like, okay, any dot? Huh?
I don't see nobody vibe.
Huh? There's nothing to do with like sound or anything. Like how to turn off or turn on original sounds.
I don't see nothing over there.
I need to figure out the mobile interface, but it might. You know what? We'll figure that out in the future. But like if you want, like explore the Zoom settings, we can hear you. Some of the frequencies get cut off, but we can still hear you. So man, just do your thing because it's still gonna come through. Yeah. Nate, do your thing.
Well, let's get back to the show and everything. You know, so everybody's still with it. Let's do the thing. So anyway, I start playing the blues and everything. So I start trying to figure out the shit real. And then I start listening to Muddy Waters, B.B. King. I start going on my own little blues journey. Like it just took me. B.B. King took me to Muddy Waters. Robert Johnson bought me to all of them. Somehow I met with Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know what I'm saying? Like it just took for music that been out there I never listened to. You know what I'm saying? But just at that time, that moment, my dad died, like it hurt. So I started playing this and everything. And so I went back to the dude. He said, I said, man, I'm trying to play like Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. But you know, I can't do it. He said, that's the problem. You said they playing from their soul, you gotta play from yours. So he said, play from your soul, play what you said, what you told me about your dad. Tell me how you feel on that. And I was like, and I never wanted to disrespect the group. I'm old, young, I'm 36. You know, I never wanted to disrespect all the fucking here. And I did that, and he was like, there you go, that's your blues, that's your. I said, what you mean? I said, yo, God, you know, I'm doing stuff. Don't be hard, so service to that. He said, you do that. He said, you play like that. Wherever you go. So if I was in Afghanistan, there ain't no regulation against this. played this, you know what I'm saying? So I was just, up in the streets and everything, man, told me stop and get some water. I did literally gas stand up back out there. And you know, all the Middle Eastern came around and they like, you know, what is that? I'm like, it's a mark, you don't know what. And I know this one is learning stuff. I'm learning music is the hip. Music brings everything together. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, so I'm gonna play this real quick. So anyway, I got to the guitar. I love the blues so much. And I said, man, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play this shit. I've been going to play the guitar for 3 years. So I ain't perfect, but it's just a sound, man. It's so profound. It just Eric Clapton, like, you know what I'm saying? Like every time I listen to one person, it takes me to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And the blues in the store and the music I was listening to before, then he gives you stuff like that. So I'm gonna play a little song for you, crack some jokes, you know, everything, but play a little song, play a little John Lee Hooker. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go.
I can't hear squat.
I have to break it to him, Richie.
I love it, man. It's like I have like really good headphones, but I think some people are having trouble hearing it. Like something happened with your volume on your phone, like it got lower. It's really low. It's super low right now.
Yeah, like at a certain point, like it got very low, and I'm not sure why, but
Yeah, I can't still hear squat.
I think yeah. Zoom is super weird sometimes with sound. Like if it gets too loud, like noise suppression software kicks in, and it just like it just muffles all the sound. Our friend Sandy is watching on YouTube, and she says, "Now I got the blues." But yeah, I don't know. Sound is like complicated on Zoom. We'll perfect it. This is your first time, but uh, it might also be your network. No, I don't think it's your network because it's so the bar shows pretty well. Maybe, maybe try another room because like I think the bathroom like reverberates and echoes a lot. Yeah, we'll try it. This is all good. This is experimental, and since it's online, and you know, I tell people like we'll just kind of be patient. It's not going to be perfect. We'll figure it out as it comes along. We're getting a tour of the house. No, I don't know. Did you like? Can you adjust the volume in any way?
That's about
He needs to
it.
get close to the mic again so it resets it, and then he needs to find that
Okay,
middle
okay.
distance where it sounds good.
Oh yeah. Try that.
All right, what about now? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you there. Yeah.
I was trying to get in the
Play
light. I'm old chocolate brother and everything. But we do it like this.
I think this could work. Go for it, man.
Can y'all hear me okay now? Good, we good? Mike, we
Hey,
good.
go for it, man. Go for it.
Cool. So anyway, I start playing the blues and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I play this one for you real quick. You know what I'm saying? They got jokes for you after that. So here we go. You gotta help me. I can't do it all by myself. You gotta help me, baby. I can't do it all by myself. If you don't help me, darling, I'll have to find myself somebody else. I'm so disgusted, baby. I just can't sleep at night. I'm so disgusted, baby. I can't sleep at night. Oh, here we go. I'm still working on that one and everything, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Now, let me tell y'all a joke real quick, man.
Yeah, go for it.
Just had a baby and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? My other daughter from another mother, she had enough nerve. She called me and said, Daddy, she said, Daddy, how are babies born? I said, hey, baby girl, you know what I'm saying? We came from Adam and Eve and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the black side of the family, when we came off the left side of the river, Adam, you know, they threw us on the barbecue grill and everything. That's how the black folks made stuff. So she was like, hi, whatever. So she went and asked her, you know what I'm saying? But I told her we come from Adam and Eve. And then she went and asked her mama, you know what I'm saying, which is my baby mama. But anyway, she went in to go ask her mama. She said, Mommy, how her baby was born? So her mama said, well, Mom, you know, baby girl, we came from monkeys. We evolved from monkeys. You know, you see the Planet of the Apes used to be like that. And we evolved from that. So anyway, my daughter came back to me. She was mad. She said, Daddy, you lied to me. I said, what's wrong with what I do? She said, you lied to me. She said, you told me that baby was born from Adam and Eve. Mommy told me we evolved from monkeys and we was like the Planet of the Apes. I said, oh, my bad. No, baby girl, your mom was talking about her side of the family. Yep. God, oh, shit, I ain't catching on that. Okay. Well, that was a joke. Appreciate y'all having me and shit.
Yo, thank you, Nate, man.
Yeah,
welcome to El Paso.
Yeah.
We'll get back to live venues soon too, so we can I'll get down. All right.
It's all good, man. Appreciate y'all having me. Much love to everybody else out here. Good luck to y'all and everything. Appreciate y'all having me again.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Okay, let's go ahead and hell yeah, man. Yeah, Nate, yeah, he does comedy too. We'll get back. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but like little by little, live events are starting to happen again. But for now, for BWOMS, we're doing stay-at-home open mics, and just so people can like stay home, be safe, and it's kind of cool, you know. I love the blues for sure. Yeah, big time, and I feel it sometimes, especially on Mondays, you know. Sometimes the blues is made for Mondays. Okay, cool. So, XX, I think that's Gregory Fire, Mr. Fire in the house. Let me see if are you still with us? I gotta make sure you're still with us here. No, I think he signed off. Yeah. So sometimes I get confused because in the past he showed up. Oh, he signed off just as I asked him if he was gonna show up and perform. But yeah, go back to past episodes. So if you guys are watching online or even on YouTube, like later, one of the cool things is that we have an archive of all this. You can go back on our YouTube and just go catch past performances. I think there's a little bit of magic in each one, you know. And it's all different, you know. I've always loved the open mics because it's organic, it's natural, it's real. People mess up, people like do great things. It's just, I think, a beautiful thing to experience if you're open to it, you know. And I think that's the magic in it. So yeah, go back and check out Gregory Fire. He just kind of mysteriously appears from parts unknown. You know, he's like super secretive, which is cool. And this stuff is pretty cool too. Like, I like it. So every time like someone shows up on the chat and they don't put their name, I'm like, who is that? I don't know. Because, you know, if you don't know, like, Zoom can be kind of crazy sometimes too. Zoom bombings happen and people show up just to like to troll. I don't think we've ever really had that problem, but I get paranoid. So anyway, I think he signed off before I can get him on. So okay, with that said, let's see who's still here on our chat. I think Brittany is here with us. Brittany, you haven't been here with us in a while, but you're back. How are you doing? Let's unmute you. Yeah, there you go.
What up, Richie? How's it going? I know
Chilling.
I've been absent. Been chilling. I've been absent. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not slow. I'm chopped and screwed. Yeah, you know, we really took 24/7 Walmart for granted. We really did. Some of you like to be like, I know what you did last summer. And I'm like, I know what you did for that $40. Every time I have to hear of COVID randomly, I'm like, that crazy bitch is out there again. Does anyone feel like they're lazy perfectionists with ADHD, with chronic fatigue, who is pretty chill? But once in a while, you have the occasional panic attack, and you love your family, but you hate other people. I just like it, yeah. I can't wait. I want to be Harry Potter for Christmas. I want to be Harry Potter for Halloween. Fucking my bad. I want to get a cool mask for Christmas. I want to get a Beavis and Butthead mask for Christmas. One thing I realized is if you're high on PCP and you chop your penis off, you can say it was enormous. The divorce rate among my socks is astonishing. I'm working on a remake of the show Dexter, where the main character is a rapist who only rapes other rapists. All right, thank you so much, Richie. That's all I got for you guys tonight.
Yeah, to end on that one, huh? Okay, cool. So, Brittany, you're new to the comedy scene. Yeah, I like the divorce rate around my socks. I agree with Phil there. It's funny. And the Dexter one is crazy. Dan Harmon got in trouble for like trying to do a Dexter skit about a couple years back, and yeah, he was just trying to like be controversial. That happens. Like, if you're following the whole cancel Rick and Morty thing, like that's what happened. And it's crazy. We'll talk about it in the after party. But Brittany, if people want to follow you, follow your stuff, how can they do that?
Alberto on Facebook. ELBARTO Alberto on Facebook. Yeah.
Kind of like a famous Simpsons character. Then it's like as early as
Yeah, I'm gonna
season
change my
one.
name.
Because in the past it's been other things, Pop Tart. So I don't know. People might be watching this like 2 years from now. It might be changed. So I don't know. Well, just you'll find her somehow. All right. Thank you for joining us, Brittany.
Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. Next up, I gotta ask Phil. Phil, did you want to share anything? I know you're here with us, and you always get down. You've been featured on some stuff recently, and I don't know if he's got anything.
I think I'm tired. Oh man, it was fun, but it takes a lot of energy from you. And right now, as I'm on here right now, my original mentor who lives in California, she sent me something. We had a conversation, and then John Chance, me and him are having a conversation right now as well. And then I got some workshops I got to do this weekend, so I'm kind of chill from the mic. But I'll be at the after party. Trust me, I'm here.
Yeah. All right, man. Honestly, I just gotta say, I appreciate you just tuning in. Like, Phil has been getting down on all the online open mics. It's stuff I haven't even heard of. Like, so you got to hit him up so you can find all the spots. Like, pretty much all throughout the week, you can find a place online to perform, share your stuff. Some of it's sometimes just poetry, sometimes it's mixed on Zoom, on different platforms for sure. When I think about it, I'm barely finding out some on Instagram, which is really cool. So I want to give a shout out to Shifter Car. These guys have performed on the show before, and they've done some hybrid shows on Instagram. I think they've done about three at this point. You can find it on their page. It's just look up Shifter Car, they'll show up. And this dude Honest, I've seen him at the Spokane Broken Mic, and he does one on Instagram. He's on the East Coast, so it's like I can't remember the time exactly, but if you just follow Honest Music, ONNIST, Honest Music, he does some Instagram shows. I'm gonna hit that one up eventually, and it's super cool. Like we've been saying, or I've been saying, like throughout the show, it's cool to see how so many people are connecting in this way online and getting to share their work. So next up we have, if Dan, I think he's ready. I think he's finally ready. Let's see. Dan, are you ready? Wait, no, you're not ready. You know why? Because I have to summon you. Dan the man, are you ready?
Ready when you are, Richie. Thank you very much. Yeah. Jacob, thank you. All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Your audio is bad again.
Oh yeah, it is crackling. Your audio is crackling, man.
You're crack-a-lacking today.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Try speaking quieter. Maybe it might work.
Can you hear me now?
A little better.
Yeah, I'm not speaking. A little better. Okay.
Try whisper. Try whisper.
Okay. All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you guys here. Richie, is it good?
I don't know, man. I think something happened with your mic, and it just, when you speak, it crackles.
Sounds like there's sand in it. Did you go to the beach with it?
No. The hell am I? Okay, what's going on? Dang it. All right, hold on. You still hear me, Richie?
Yes, we can hear you, but it does sound. Yeah, Mr. Tesosomok said it does sound like there's sand in it somehow.
You can't be serious. No, but the last time, man, not again. Not again. No.
Have you not tested it since then?
Well, that's impossible. I tested that earlier today. I tested it with Clay Hollis, which I did a special edition, but it was good. Well, everything went to everything was okay, but I believe right here in BWOMS something's not right. Or
Sorry,
I guess
I was muted, but so okay, so check it out. Yeah, there is something, but I think it's when you speak louder. So if you can even move back and speak a little more softly, we'll be able to bear through it. Like it will be a little crackly, but you know what? Like I said earlier, it's not gonna be perfect. We're here, so try it.
hear me.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes, that's probably
Okay,
better.
perfect.
Do your thing, man.
Okay, there we go. I want you to know next Tuesday will be my 6-year anniversary of Damn Dance Weekly, and I want to create something. This is 6 years of my blog, part 1 prologue of yeah of Damn Dance Weekly. Man, feel like the ability. My blog, Dan the Man's Weekly, 6 years to log, document, and analog what's been going on with the beginnings and beyond throughout the changes, the episode counts, the maximum time extensions, the pictures, the others, notes, special editions, poetry, interviews, slideshow, birthday tributes, my achievements, my goals, and don't forget my learning disability. I'm moving up my ability, fame, complexity. Yep. And yeah, most importantly, I'm hoping for a big break. And I really want to earn, not, I really want to earn, not to take. It's no fake, make no mistake. A reputation's at stake in my wake. And yeah, and the catalog my blog. I'm as slow as a hoe. Yeah, and like that, but not as fast as a greyhound, a dog. You can call it a joke, but I don't know if I'm jumping as a bullfrog. 6 years, almost coast to coast. I'm no ghost. I've been keeping posts more than a half a decade. It's positives to persuade and negatives to dissuade. This ain't no charade, never to be dismayed. Crusade with my notes and pen and pencil, camera, and speak, and all the words to earn, not nor blockade. I listen in or out of the shade of skills I learned with practice and aid. So please, may I have a glass of lemonade? Yeah, 6 years. It's near. No fear. No fears. And no tears. It's almost here. And yes, Mad World by Tears for Fears. To be continued. Thank you.
Cool,
How is it,
cool.
Richie?
Cool, man. Yeah, it's crackly, man. It's a little fried. What you want to do is maybe during the week or even later, like check some stuff. It might be the cable or even the port you're plugged into. Maybe there's something wrong with it. Like if you want to try another one. But it's cool. We kind of heard you. So you got some monumental episodes of Dan the Man's Weekly. I think that's one of the points you were trying to make there. Dan the Man's Weekly is his weekly video blog series, and he covers a lot of local news and bands, performers, and I think that's super cool. He's super supportive of the scene. Dan the Man's Weekly. Yeah, follow that on YouTube. And I just knocked my I knocked that over. But yeah, it's a little
Okay.
we'll figure out the sound, Dan. So thanks for joining us tonight. I think for the sake of sound,
Yeah.
just if you want to say goodbye really quick to the people listening.
All right. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube and hashtag Dan the Man's Weekly. And follow the page on Facebook, Dan the Man's Weekly. All right. And okay. Well, I just want to say thank you, Richie. Don't forget my 6-year anniversary of Dan the Man's Weekly next Tuesday. You guys do not want to miss it. Okay. I'm gonna get a head start this weekend. So. Richie, we still got a special edition to do at the after party. I hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, we can try it and test it out there for sure, man. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dan, like Kit, also has perfect attendance. We're gonna do like an award season, you know, like it'll happen for sure. So thanks for joining us.
Good idea.
And I don't know. I right at this moment, I want to give a shout out to everyone who's joined us tonight, who has performed. Follow them. Go back if you're on YouTube. Check out past shows. I'm gonna end the night on a poem that I call Juxtaposition.
Good,
It
good
fits.
night, Richie.
Hey, good night, Dan. Yeah. So, one last time, welcome to Stay at Home Open Mic, presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic series. I'm currently recording out of Power at the Pass, an art and music studio out of Central El Paso. We do a lot of production work as well. In fact, I encourage you guys to check out the group Shine On El Paso. Shine On El Paso. We do a lot of their production work, and we feature cool businesses and entrepreneurs in the city. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this week we have mentioned that our theme is juxtaposition. It will also be the theme next week. So it's every 2 weeks, in blocks of 2 weeks. So if you guys have anything, and also juxtaposition is super broad. I think a lot of people already had pieces that like kind of fit, because really it's just comparing two things for contrast. And I think it works so well with poetry and art and songwriting. So maybe that was a cheapie for me, you know, like juxtaposition. That's the theme. But we'll debut a new theme next week. So to end the show, because I don't know if we have anyone else joining us tonight. We do have I'm gonna give a shout out to Amanda. She works Mondays, so it's hard for her to make it out. Amanda Wilson out of Daytona, Florida. It's like 2 hours like ahead of us. So we're starting at 8. It's already like 10 over there, and she gets out at work at midnight. That's tiring. So, I don't fault her. She signs up all the time, which is awesome. But I want to find her on Facebook. Amanda Wilson. She's been uploading a lot of videos of her own poetry. And she's been part of this family for sure. She's also on Instagram. Amanda, I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. I'm failing that. I'll add it right now. But I'll go ahead and end with this this poem. It's called Juxtaposition. You can see it right there. Boom. Which deals with that term. Beginnings and endings are mirror images, and sometimes I just lose track of the difference. I have found home in the secret passageways of stories and their shadows. Let us be silent now and listen to everything in between. I spit truth for truth's sake. Everything else is simply the poetry of that physics, the physics of that poetry. I know you and I love you. Let's call that knowledge. The corners of your mouth are brilliant. I know, because I've been awake to feel the glow from the first break of light of the first minutes of a new day gently fall upon and illuminate the profoundness of your brownness. I know, because I felt the way our bodies evolve into softer creatures of compassion, dust of this earth settled in our skin. I know, because I know, because I know, I know, I know, I know. I know, because there's a devious geometry to be found in the fault lines of your lover's lips. It is a tremulous tectonics that unsettle in the tremendous basins of butterfly barns. Our planetary expressions painted once more from the interstellar dust that dances in the furnace of our hearts. It's a desire for exploration. Gravity's infatuation with the spectacular has led us to this. 800,000 years later, some scientists unearthed a fragment of your finger bone, but not once did they ever consider your capacity to be a lover. All right, that's juxtaposition for me. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay at home open mic. Check out all the performers. If you're tuning in on YouTube, again, show some love. Leave a comment. Who'd you like? You know, what do you want to hear more of? We're here. I thought today was super cool. It was super informative, and we'll be back next Monday. You know, we'll keep doing this as long as we can. And getting in touch with people. So at this point at the open mic, again, follow us online. Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, BWOMS, BWOMS. That's the acronym. And what else can I say? Oh, we have a podcast. It's called the BWOMS Podcast. It's supposed to feature writers, poets, entrepreneurs of our region and beyond. We have 2 new episodes you guys should check out. Episode 49 featuring Diana. She is a roller derby girl. She does poetry. She has 2 books she's written in the last 3 years. And the first one is a book of poems called Forget Soldadera. It's all about her life growing up. And then she also has a book that she released this year called My Derby Romance. I want to be releasing some of her stuff as well. So that's episode 49. You can find the BWOMS podcast on Spotify, iTunes, any of the major platforms you can listen to podcasts pretty much. And episode 50, we featured my good friend Ray Varela, aka Metaphysics. He is an old hip hop head. He's been around in the scene for over a decade. He has some cool music out there, and he talks about how he got disillusioned for a little while with his music and his songwriting process. A lot of cool stuff. And if you guys ever want to be a guest on the show, let me know. BWOMS podcast. I will see you. Yeah, he's been part of Metatron. Yeah, Jacob knows. But for now, for the BWOMS pod, I'm sorry, the BWOMS pod, I'm like different shows. I recorded the BWOMS podcast out of Power at the Pass. So again, as I mentioned, hit up Power at the Pass if you guys want to record your poetry, if you're in El Paso. Podcast. But for Stay at Home Open Mic, my name is Richie. For all the performers, if you guys want to mute really quick and just like give a clap, a cheer, it's good to have you guys today. Good job, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Cool. All right. Yeah. We got... There it is. There's a trademark. There it is. Cool. All right. Thank you guys for the... Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. We're going to go ahead and stop the live stream, but thank you guys for joining in. Please leave a comment. If you liked anything, let us know. Show some love. Peace, guys.